Hello, Robert. How are you? Can you hear and see me all right now? It was buffering for a minute. What is this? You there, Robert? We're going to work on the stick control book formulas. Formula number 10. Okay. Get the book out. Formula number 10. And I'll explain to you what's happening with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to start off not online on formula number 10, but I'm going to enter it in a little different way than it's written. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the eighth note triplet alternating strokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and simple. Eighth note triplets alternating the strokes. Now, what I want to do is go to page 5, stick control book, and we're going to reference off the line. However, we're not going to think of the line as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to think of the line as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just played the line with eighth note triplets, but I was interpreting the line as 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first right, left sequence. Then 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the right, left. That's the second sequence. And I repeated that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play eighth note triplets. All one sound, pretty low with the sticks, get a nice light sound. Now what we're going to do is reference off of here. We're going to eliminate the lefts. So now it's going to become 1, and I'm just going to play the rights. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I repeat that. So underneath it, what I'm going to do is play eighth note triplets. 1, 2, and 3, and now I'm going to nail an accent wherever there's a right. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the first one, I'm accenting the counts of 1 and 3 because that's where the rights are falling when I interpret the page like that, the line like that. So I have this now. Play it up a little bit. Simple. You understand that, Robert? And whoever else is watching? There's 8 people in here. Nobody's in the chat except Robert. Do we understand that, Robert? Let me slow down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What's that? What's 16? I don't. The formula, no. It's formula number 10. I'll take it in a different direction. Go to formula number 10. It's written in 16th note triplets. Don't even look at that yet. I'm just explaining to you where I'm getting the exercise. So the first line would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, eliminated the left, so I'm just playing the rights. The rights are falling on 1 and 3, so I'm nailing it. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Now let's, with that interpretation, let's go to line 2. Now the sticking on line 2 is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm reversing what was on the first line. So now I'm going to reference off the line where all the rights are, and all the rights are going to fall on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So underneath, what I have now is I'm playing my eighth note triplet. So it's going to tell me now I'm going to accent the counts of 2 and 4. What's this? You get it, Robert? All right. 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Got it? So I do line 1. That's a 4 measure increment. I'm getting 1 and 2 and 3. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you get it? Now, let's go to, we'll stop at line 5, and then I'll show you how to maneuver it around. Okay? It will take it to another level, but first understand it with the eighth note triplets. Now line 3, the sticking is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. However, now we're thinking of it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that's going to tell me I want to accent the counts of 1, 2. That leaves 3, 4, no accent. So I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You get that? Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do line 4. The right falls on 2, falls on 3, 4, because we're interpreting in quarter notes now. So it falls on 3, 4. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Got it? In line 5, the accent is going to fall on 1, and then 3 and 4, and then just the 2. So it's a 2 measure increment. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But notice now when I hit the right on the second paradiddle there, I use my left hand as an accent. So let me just break that down a little slower. I'm going to take the first increment, right, left, right, right. So I have 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Now that's just the first right, left, right, right increment. Now we go to the second one, which is left, right, left, left. So on that second part, the second measure of our interpretation, I'm just playing the 2. So here's the second part. 1 and 2. But it fell on my left hand. See, it's not telling me which hand I should hit, the right hand or the left hand. It's telling me that's where the accent is going to fall. So line number 5. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and pop. You see that? You understand it, Robert? Now we'll stop at line 5, and I'll give you a little demonstration of what, you're going to put all the right hand accents on the floor tom-tom and left hand accents on the small tom, okay? So let's do line 1. We have 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the... I can hit a little harder. 1 and the 2 and the 3, 4, 1. Number 2, we're going to accent the 2 and 4. So now my accent, well, the right's falling on the 2 and 4, so I have 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 1. Nice and easy. A little faster. So what I like to do again is make that flow from line 1 to line 2. You stop me if you have any questions. Okay, Robert, and whoever else is watching. So we're going to nail number 1 and number 2. And we're going to put all the right hand accents here, all the left hand accents here. 1, 2, nice and slow. 2 more times. 1 and the 2. 1, 2. Next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Understand it? Okay, it's a lot of fun. Now that's just a basic introduction for the next step. So you understand where I'm getting all the rights, all the accents on the triplet, from the right side to the left side, how I'm interpreting the line. Now, we're going to change the count. We played 8th note triplets. So let's try 16th note triplets. Now, when I count 16th note triplets, I just count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But a lot of guys count the 16th note triplets like this. 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet. Okay, so what I do now is I change the interpretation. I'm now thinking of the stick control book line 1 as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm eliminating the lefts. That gives me 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when I'm playing the 16th note triplets, I'm going to accent the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. 1 and 2 and. A little faster. Slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You got it? Line number, what is this? There's no viewers on here. All right. Let's do the second line with that interpretation. Now this time, I'm going to accent all the ands because the right's falling on the ands on line 2. I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So now, line 2. 3 and 4 and. And again, we do the same thing. All right hand accents on the floor tom-tom, all left hand accents on the small tom-tom. So line 1 would be 1 and 2 and. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 2, all the ands now are on a small tom. So now we take line 1 and line 2. We shuffle in and out of that. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2. first two lines. The things get a little bit more interesting as we move down the page. Line 3. I'm playing accents on one end and three end, like this, nice and easy. 1 and 3 and 4. And. Now, the reason why I counted in the beginning 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and it was to break it down slower, so you understand it. Now we're taking it to its actually finished level. I could take it to other places, but that's the two levels that you want to work with. Do you have any questions on what we did so far? You understand it? Good. Now, what I want to do, if you want me to go over anything or any line you would like me to work with that you're not sure of, I'll do it. So give me a line if you'd like. If not, we'll continue to go on. Because I want to work on a linear concept with the same concept as 1, 2, 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the, or as 16th note triplets, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, we do understand how to count the 16th note triplet. And I really like this one. We count, remember we're counting the 16th note triplet as 1 and 2 and. Okay, so now we're going to add another voice here. I'm going to do a different thing here. My bass drum is going to be one voice, the snare drum another voice, and my right hand another voice. Okay, so on the hi-hat, so you have 1, 2, 3 voices. So now, because we're working with 16th note triplets, this next exercise, I don't want to take it in 16th note triplet, 8th note triplets, unless you'd like me to. Let's try it with the 16th note triplet, okay? Now, when I have an R, the R is going to become 1. So you have that first part of the triplet. All right, let me start with the 8th note triplets. 1. All right, 1 and now left is going to be the right hand on the hi-hat and So my and of the triplet is always on the snare drum. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the heck is that? Okay, line 2 is the reverse. Now remember, my right hand is the left is telling me that's where my right hand is going to go. Like line 2 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So take it up tempo a little bit. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice little linear triplet linear concept. You understand this so far? Line 3, we're starting with the left. So that's, remember we made the right hand on the hi-hat. The left is equal to the right hand on the hi-hat. So we do line 3, which, we have 4. It's right equals 1, 2, left. And we have line 5. Now I'm thinking only now in 8th note triplets. It's very useful. It's not that it's not useful playing 8th note triplets, because you can play just about anywhere with that, wherever you hear it and feel it. But the exercise itself is designed for the 16th note triplet. So if I played line 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and line 3 would be 1 and 2. There's some interesting things that could happen there. Anyway, that's about all I want to cover. But I just want to make you aware of the reading room, Bob. I if you go to my wall, my page on Facebook, you'll see the link there. So request membership. And on Mondays, I'm going to take Mondays as a reading day. Mondays, what I'm going to do is at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., I will be in the reading room. However, when I link up to live Facebook, it's going to put me on my wall. So what I do is I'm going to share it to the reading room. And that's where you could ask questions or whatever. And I'll try to send some PDFs your way. And I'll show you a foolproof way of learning without a teacher, a system. And it's really very helpful, and you can't make any mistakes to a certain point. All right? So request membership in the reading room if you're not a member already. And I will send you some PDFs if needed. You have the syncopation book. What other reading books do you have, Bob? You have the syncopation book. What other reading books? Now, I want to start only from ground zero, and I'm going to leave the videos there, okay? And, you know, you're going to learn the language. You got what, the reading text in 4:4? All right, well, okay, we'll do that then. We'll work out of some of that. All right, what I'm going to do is introduce you to, you know, the 4:4, the 3:4, the 6:8, the 9:8, 11:8, 12:8, whatever. Different reading time signatures. And what this is going to be good for is to understand the language. You know, what a time signature is. How do you determine what the definition of this particular time signature? What's a staff? What's a bar line? What's a measure? And working with the metronome. Now, it's simple to read just the quarter note tick, but we're going to make the tick a half note, and we're going to make the tick a whole note to show you the difference. I will give a demonstration on that with the reading. And yeah, we'll work from my book as well. So, I will be back tonight on YouTube here, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. This doesn't tell me how many people are viewing. I don't know. It's a little confusing. Okay. I'll see you tonight, Bob. Do you have any questions? Hey, Bob, would you be interested in Zoom lessons one-on-one or Skype lessons one-on-one? You're on Skype already. Would you be interested? One lesson one-on-one once a week. What do you say to that? I'm gonna download or upload, whatever you want to call it. All right, that's good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload Zoom, and Zoom will do a lot of work on the drum pad, and we'll do a lot of work on the drum set itself. Okay. All right, no questions, no problems. With that being said, we will see you tonight, 7 p.m., same place. Have a good rest of the day.